Hello, everyone. I'm just getting everything set up, so give me a minute or two here. I just wanted to have the stream set up because that way everyone that was watching John's channel could pop over. I hope you guys can hear me okay. I've been doing a little, not like remodeling right now, but I've been moving things around. I finally got a storage. I'm already in a shed, but I got a storage shed, and I'm going to start remodeling this shed that I'm in pretty soon because half of the shed was for me doing YouTube and painting, and the other half that was in front of my computer I was using as storage. And it got to the point where I had to, what would I call it? Oh shoot. What is going on here? Okay, I hope you guys can hear me. It's showing up on my end that like I'm having a connection error, so I hope everyone can see and hear me okay. The chat is still moving. Can you guys put a 1 in the chat? I don't have my camera on, obviously, but can you put a 1 if you guys can hear me okay and the stream is coming through okay? I opened up my thing and it's like, there's an issue with streaming. Let me see. Okay, I see at least 1. All right, cool. Oh my gosh, Dixie, out. All right, so yeah, so I'm resituating everything. Let me see if I can get my camera all set up. But I hope everyone's doing well. I'm actually like, I cannot believe the progress I have made on this. I mean, 114. That's freaking crazy. It is so crazy. I'm actually like, I can see the finish line now, which is exciting. I'm so excited. I'm excited for everything to, be moving forward and all the progress that's being made. Okay. Let me tweet. I have to take an embarrassing selfie and tweet all of this. And then I should be good to go. So give me 1 second, everyone. Got to find my giant paintbrush. I got this giant paintbrush at the art store because it was on super sale. And I was like, oh, I could use this for pictures. And good thing for everyone here is I have a lot to talk about. Okay, let me just... which one do I usually use? Is it the intermission? No. Is it just chatting? Yes, okay. Let me set the camera. Okay. I'll get everything set up in a moment. But yeah, all right, all right. Let me edit these embarrassing selfies I just took so I can post them. It's so cold in here. Winter has come. I'm like freezing to death. Peaches was like, "Oh, is it cold again?" And I'm like, "Yes, I don't like it. I don't like it when it's cold." And then he started laughing at me and he's like, you chose for us to get married in winter." And I'm like, "Yeah, but when we're getting married during the month of love, so it's okay." Okay. So what kind of color eye do you guys think I'm painting today? What color do you think we got? Purple. There you go. Exactly. Green? Not green. Okay, cool. I can post. So I I never do this, but I really didn't want to pay $3,000 for something. So I applied. I don't know if you guys have ever heard of this company or like this product. It's called a Dream Box. And so since renovating I'm going to start renovating my studio. I well, I reached out to them a while ago when I first was like, okay, I really need to like redo everything. I need to be more organized because I'm not the way that I think and my mind works. It's a lot like, I don't know if you guys know who Adam Savage is. He has a YouTube channel called Adam Savage Tested. He was on Mythbusters. So his philosophy is that if you're a creative person, you need to see everything. So no drawers, like everything has to be on open shelves. And that way when you're brainstorming projects, it's like, oh, that it's not hidden in a drawer. You can just grab it off the shelf. And so I very much like that philosophy, and that I think that's always how my mind has worked. Like when everything is like hidden away, I don't know, it kind of stresses me out more because I can't find anything. And so when I can see everything like on my shelves, like I know where every single one of my Star Wars action figures are that are on the shelves because I can see them at all times. And so I was very against like, oh, I need to get all these drawers and like hide everything in closets or just make it so it's not visible. Like right now, the way that my desk is organized, like I can see every marker, I can see all my canvases, and that way it helps me to brainstorm. And so I was very against the idea of having that. But then I'm like, I have to be realistic. I have to work with the space that I'm in. And right now, I don't have enough space for all of the different projects that I have going on. And so I had reached out to Dreambox when I first was like, okay, I need to I need to fix this problem that I'm having. And they actually got back to me recently and I had to fill out all this stuff on their like website thing. And so I might be getting a Dreambox. I don't know if it's even right for me, but I was like, there's no harm in asking because it's very simple. It's like, oh, they send you something, you do a review on it. And you guys know I'm always honest about everything. And I mean, at the very least, I can say it looks nice, you know? And so that's something that I don't know if you guys Google Dreambox, like crafts, like for crafts, Dreambox crafts, and you guys can see my biggest concern is how large it is. But I do like the idea of like when I'm done working on a project, I can just close it. What is a Dreambox here? I'll put a link in the chat so you guys can, I'll actually link their Instagram so that way you guys can see what I'm talking about. Okay, here you go. Here's the Instagram. You guys can take a look at it. But so that's something that Lotta open. Well, see, that's the thing. If you open it and they come with all of, I think you can pay extra for more bins, but they come with all these clear bins. And everyone that I've watched, both the people that like bought it on their own and then the people that like got it sent to them, all of them say that they've done the calculations on how much it would have cost them if they bought it all individually, and they're like, it's cheaper to just to buy the Dream Box. And this one woman I just watched, she did an hour and a half long live stream, and I watched it the other day when I was doing all of the calendar boring template-y stuff. And she's like, yeah, I bought it myself. She's like, I didn't get like a sponsorship or anything. And she did a whole hour live stream where she was answering everyone's questions and going through it. And she even said like, yeah, if you do the math, you know, it saves you money. And then she also mentioned how she got rid of 7 pieces of furniture that she was using to store stuff because of the way that this is organized. So it does, in theory, it looks interesting, but I'm like, I don't want to spend $3,000 on it. So I reached out to them and I'm like, I got a kind of a big following. And I even told them in the email, I was like, I'll live stream myself building it. And so people can see like complete transparency and all that. But we'll see if they like me enough to send me one. But that is something that I did apply for. What was I doing? Oh yeah, I was posting about me going live on Twitter. Oh yeah. I need to post this everywhere. Okay. But yeah, so I think that I honestly do think it will help, at least in some way, because I have so much stuff. And one of the things that I have actually been doing the past few years is I have been slowly collecting Hot Toys. And I've really been wanting to repaint them because I see so many paint jobs. And then I see so many people on YouTube repainting dolls. And I'm like, I know how to do that. And this isn't like to toot my own horn, but kind of is. I could do that so much better. Like I see that and I'm just like, I could do that better. So I really just want to give it a shot. And you guys know, I've been really wanting to like amp up my art channel. And I might not be the best at editing. I might not be the best at like, even with these Twitch streams, I might not present them the best way that, you know, gets the biggest audience. But I think as far as my skill level in the actual craft, I think it's up there. So I think all I need is to just step my game up a little bit and really give it my all. And yeah, it looks convenient. That's the thing. I want to see if it's actually good for me. So we'll see if it's actually something that they're willing to send me and all that. But I don't know. So that is, if I do get approved, if they do send it to me, I will do the full dorky review and all of that, all of the fun stuff, guys. Yeah. I'm just like, I'm so happy that I finally have this extra storage shed because I was climbing through boxes just to get to my computer. Like with all of like the posters, the calendars, the shipping equipment for all of every single campaign. It's a lot. And I was like, I can't do this anymore. Even Peaches is like, how do you do this? And I'm like, you know, you just gotta sometimes. But yeah. Okay. I gotta post this on. This is the one thing about when you're doing all this. At least Twitch, I think, relatively gives people, whatchamacallit, like notifications. I think it does it better than YouTube. I got this new audiobook. I was watching this it wasn't a TikTok, it was a reel on Instagram. I was trying to find, it was actually the last painting stream. I was trying to find like good audio clips, and there's this one where it's like motivational and all of that fun cheesy shit. And it was this guy that's like, what are the I guess he's a billionaire, and it's somebody asking this billionaire, what are the best, like, your top 3 books? And he listed off these books, and I was like, all right, I'm going to take this because it seemed like self-help books. And I was like, I will take the billionaire's advice and read some of these books. So I got the audiobooks and I've been listening to one. It's by Napoleon Hill, and it's super motivating. I think I just need to do that every day, is just put on a motivational audiobook, because I got so much shit done the other day. Like, just listening to it is like, when I have that, or like really pumped up music, like, I'm just like, yeah, I can take on the world. I know that probably sounds silly to you guys, but something that I find helps me at least a little bit. Okay. Rumble and Twitch are good with notifications. Yeah, it's funny how when platforms actually send people notifications, they can come and watch. Did you guys get a notification for this, or was it because I talked about it on John's stream? A lot of open showing. Okay. I only got one more place to tweet it or to post it, and that's on the Instagram. So give me 1 second, guys. And then I can start on this. Yay! I got the notification. I got notified. Wow, that's amazing. It's amazing how when you actually send people their notifications, they do this crazy thing like show up for it. It's amazing, right? Okay. Just got one more place to post, and then we can get started. Okay. Almost done. Okay. Let's do this. I got a notification through my iPhone Twitch app first. Well, at least somebody's getting notified. think it's been posted in all of the places now. Cool beans. Cool beans. All right. Wow. 28 minutes. That went by super fast. Super fast. All right. Let's get this one off of there. How's about that stream I was on a little bit ago? So much drama. I hate it so much. I hate when my friends are fighting. It's just hell. I don't know if you guys are sick of it, but I am so sick of it. Also, I would just like to add, I got some beef. Okay, I was reading, so I actually go and I read the comments that you guys leave, and some of you mofos apparently are under the impression that I have never read comics. I have said this plenty of times. My mom wouldn't allow certain things because she thought I was weird enough already. Like I wasn't allowed to read video games or play video games, and like she wouldn't buy any of the like systems or anything like that, but I was able to do it when I was at my friend's house. But I've read comic books. I actually really enjoy reading. And so I don't know like where this impression is. Like I've talked maybe it's because I don't know. Sometimes I just don't feel like I should offer my opinion on things because I'm with people that are much more intelligent and well versed than I am. And so I keep my opinions or I keep to myself in that sense because I'm like, why would I talk about comics when I'm on stream with the guy that drew Green Lantern, right? Like, why would I shouldn't be adding to that conversation because I'm not, just because I've read it doesn't mean I'm qualified really to have the same like level of input, I guess, as somebody that's like been doing this their entire life. But I don't know, like sometimes I don't know if this philosophy is just lost on people, but this is something that I've always believed. And I found it to be some of the best advice I've ever heard, which is if you're the smartest person in the room, leave. Like that should be your night. Unless you're there to teach people, that should be your nightmare. So I always try to surround myself with people that are smarter than me that can teach me something. And I fundamentally believe every single person on this earth knows something that I don't and can teach me something. Now, when I'm on a stream with people that I greatly respect and admire, I'm not going to sit there and be a know-it-all, which is I feel like what people want on the internet. And so somebody like left a comment that it was on one of Ethan's streams about how Graham said that he got the impression that like I didn't read comics, which I mean, I've hung out with Graham in real life. I don't think we had really a conversation about comics because it didn't come up. I asked him about his life as a human, but and I sat back and I listened to, things that other people were saying, but I don't know. Like, so I'm like, okay, so just because I haven't talked very much about something means that I've never done it. And then somebody came in and was like, Anna's read all of Fables. And I'm like, yeah, I have read all of Fables. And I would love to, talk to Bill Willingham about it. I thought that was pretty, crazy of a controversy, him allowing it all to be public domain now. But, yeah, I don't like overstepping my bounds. I don't like using, like, I could easily get in touch with him either through CG Kings or Ethan, but I don't like, I wouldn't say like using my friends, but I don't like overstepping my bounds in that sense. And I don't know, like when I saw that comment about Graham saying that, and I'm like, I read your entire Batman run, but okay. I guess I just don't talk about it enough, but And then I see so many people. Now, I don't know when, this has been an on and off thing for a few years now, but people give me so much shit and they're just like, oh, Annie, you're not really in CG because you haven't made a comic. And I'm like, I've been working on one for like, or actually been working on two, and, you know, for like almost 10 years now. So I was like, okay, I just, you know, whatever. You can't please everyone is what I guess the moral of that story is. But yeah, and I mean people that watch my content, they know this about me, so I guess I shouldn't be, you know, that surprised, but new Anna and Nolan. No, I don't know where he said that, but somebody posted that in the chat. No, absolutely no beef at all with Graham. I just thought that was funny. You don't have to prove anything to anyone. Yeah, I know. I just thought it was kind of. I'm only saying it because I'm like, if I do, you know, respect Graham a lot. So if that's his opinion on me, and I mean, I don't really think we've had very many conversations, and when we do, it's not really about comics, but. And then somebody said, like, oh, Anna she only criticized, like, the guy's asses in John's book. And I'm like, well, I was being funny. Like, we're doing a YouTube show. Like, if you act. My whole thing is, I don't know, if I'm not asked for it, I'm not going to really offer up. If I'm on my own channel, doing my own stream or making my own video, I'll give my opinions on things. But when I'm on, like, a show with people, I don't know. Sometimes I'm like, if I'm not asked my opinion, I'm not going to give it. And actually, most of the time I've noticed people don't really care. And I'll do this thing where, like, if I'm telling a story or if somebody asks me a question and then if I get, like, interrupted, I don't go back to try to make my point. I do that. I try to observe people, and I'm like, if they really wanted to hear my point on something, they'd come back around and they'd be like, okay, what was your point? What was your point? And when people don't go back, they didn't really want to know. I think they were just asking me to be nice. Because somebody that really wants to know, when they ask you a question, if they really want to know the answer, they will make a point to find out what the answer is. And I mean, this happened like literally the other night on Flashcast. So did you guys notice that? I asked everyone, well, I was the one that asked the question there, but I asked what's everyone's favorite X-Men, and everyone else answered, and then nobody asked me what mine was. And I kind of did that just to see, because we were kind of talking about X-Men, but I just asked because I actually did want to know what the guy's favorite X-Men was, and I knew pretty much, I knew Rhino's answer, I knew Flash's answer, I didn't know Nick's answer, but nobody followed up to ask me what mine was, and I was like, because it doesn't matter, like, it doesn't matter in the grand scheme of things. But so, when it comes like, oh, Anna, what's your favorite comic? Well, have you guys noticed no one's ever asked me? So if you guys are in the chat, like, and you're like, oh, Anna doesn't talk about this, I'm like, well, nobody asked, so I'm not going to bring up it out of nowhere. I'm not going to make it all about myself. I'm not that kind of person, or else I would be doing that all the time. But this is since I am, you know, I have siblings and whatnot, I always, like, if somebody really does want to know how you think and you feel about things, they'll ask you and they'll make a point to find out. If it doesn't really matter or they're not really interested, they won't. And I actually do this quite a bit because I want to find out. And you know what? It's the crazy thing is, like, people, like, it's not just their words that tell them about how they are. It's like their actions. And so I don't know, maybe it's just my own. I wouldn't say it's not anthropology, right? What is it? I guess like the human condition. It's my own way of studying other humans, because I do want to understand and, you know, I guess be a better human myself. And also I want to improve myself. So if people find me boring or uninteresting, I want to know. I don't want to be a burden on anyone. And so it's just something that I've done a lot in my life. So yeah. Anna is misunderstood. No. Let's see. But yeah. Yeah. I don't know if any of you guys know. Watch, now that I said it, now you guys aren't going to be able to unsee it. But and you guys should also pay attention, like when you guys, like I notice it a lot when I'm watching shows with other people. If somebody really wants to know somebody's opinion on something, they'll make a point to get it out of them. And so that's how you find out what people value, what people, if that makes sense. I don't I don't know if I'm being as clear as I would like. I need to get some Lemurian trying to understand humans. Exactly. 100%. You guys just got a look into my psyche. But yeah, for people that are complaining because like and that's the whole thing. Like, and I take notice of people that, so especially with the whole comic skate thing. And I'm like, do you know how many people like have told me not to be associated with comic skate or with Cecil or with John or with Ethan? It's quite a few. And I've adamantly defended them over and over again because they're my friends and I think that they're good people. And I believe in the whole movement of let's make better stuff. And I do try to help even though I'm very charismatic on the internet, I am pretty antisocial, especially when it comes to like new people. Like when I know someone, I can get along with them just fine and I'm very talkative, but when it's like when I don't know you, I kind of have to sit back and be a wallflower for a bit and like assess you so I know how to interact with you. And I don't know, so I guess I don't do the best on reaching out to people and promoting things, but I'm like, at the same time, none of those people reach out to me. So it's a two-way street there. But, yeah. Okay, let's see. Time to start. Oh, yeah. I need my phone. But yeah, so sometimes I see stuff like that, and I'm like, okay, like I've been here for how many years now, and even before I was really streaming or doing any of that with Ethan or John or Cecil, I was always in the chat and I was always watching. And so I don't know. Like if people are complaining about that stuff, I'm just like, well, have you talked to me? Have you like and this was my thing. Sometimes people will reach out to me, but the thing is like they're just like, can I come on your channel? Or can you promote my thing? Can you retweet this? And I'm just like, hi, nice to meet you. Never spoken to you before. How was your day? And it's like it's one of those things where it's like you kind of have to know the person. And I don't ask anyone for anything. Like I have a lot of friends that have really big YouTube channels. I don't ask them to retweet my stuff. I don't ask them to promote my stuff. I don't know. I feel actually pretty uncomfortable when people do. So I don't know. I don't like people that are entitled to things, but at the same time, it's like I am a human. I am a nice person, I think. Like everyone that's met me has said that I'm nice. You can ask Patrick. He's met me. Patrick, was I nice in person? I don't know. Humans confuse me. Okay. I'm just going to start. I'm going to start and I'm going to vent. Mm-hmm. Yeah, Ravenclaw's met me. Ravenclaw, am I nice in person? I've watched your vids. Well, yeah, I'm like aggressive in my videos because I'm literally just giving you guys my opinions on things. I don't think I'm a bad person, but that's just me. Okay. Well, yeah. So I was actually going to do like a live stream and talk about some of the comments that I read. Actually, I was just going to go through and read them because I do like interact. And here's the thing: I get so hesitant about doing things now because I'm like, now, and it's literally like court. Anything you say can and will be used against you eventually. And I feel like sometimes I'm not the most eloquent with the things that I'm saying. Even in this stream, I don't think I've been the, the best spoken that I could possibly be. But I don't know. I don't know, guys. Maybe I will, maybe I won't. Actually, you know what? I am, because I have some things that I need to open. But yeah. I live in a strange world. Maybe that's why. I think maybe I lost a little bit of confidence that I had. I think when I first started out, I was more like outspoken, and I just didn't give a shit as much when I first started out on YouTube. And now I'm actually super paranoid about a lot of things, because I'm like, fuck, like, how will this affect my family? Which I don't like. I don't like having to have that weight on my shoulders. But I don't know. I think getting doxxed really will fuck with a person's mind. Because I'm like, the first person that the weirdos always go after is my grandma. And I only have one grandparent left, and it's her. And I do not want her being bothered all because some weirdo on the internet didn't like something that I had to say on my YouTube channel. Like, that is just, it infuriates me. But that's the first person they always go bother. And I'm like, I don't need you bothering my mom. I don't need you bothering my father. I don't need you bothering my grandma. I don't need you bothering the one sister I have left. Yeah, if they ever try to fuck with my brother is like 6'5" and built like a linebacker. You're on your own there if you try to fuck with my brother. My brother's scary, especially if you don't know him. But person has like a lot of reds in their skin. Yeah, I guess I gotta stop being so reserved now. Yeah, some of the comments, like, I remember back when, it must have actually been like 3 or 4 years ago at this point now, but somebody like made a poster, and it was like Comic Skate Girls, and it was with me and Mandy Summers, and I think Sheila Aliens. And then I saw somebody bitching about it. They're like, Anna's not in CG. And I'm like, okay. Like, I buy a lot. I spend a lot of money on these products. Isn't the whole thing about the fans? Just because I haven't created, or I haven't posted a comic online, which I almost did. I was about ready to do it a few years ago, and then I didn't because I don't know. All I had ready was like my outlines, and I was hoping to be able, like, through the crowdfunder to like hire an artist, but then the one that I had lined up flaked on me, and I didn't hear back from for like a year. And then a year later he was like, "Oh, you still want to do that?" And I was like, "Yeah, I wanted to do it over a year ago, but never mind." And the reason why I would want to hire an artist to do it is because I don't really get much enjoyment out of drawing. Like, even like when you guys watch me paint these eyes, I sketch it out pretty fast. And I like doing outlines. So when I plot out like my comics, which I have been, for those that don't know, I've talked about this for years. So I feel like irritated that I have to like reiterate this, but I know people find my channel all the time, so there's new people coming in, so I shouldn't be as irritated. But when I see somebody that's complaining about me, that I'm like, I've seen you in chats of streams where I've talked about this already. So it's like, some people just hate me just to hate me. Oh, what's up, Atindo? But for those that don't know, Atindo drew my avatar. He did the little fan art of me. He's a fantastic artist. You guys should go check him out. So anyways, I don't really get much enjoyment out of drawing anymore. For those that don't know, I was in the hospital many years ago, unwillingly. I was put in a situation where I had to go, and I don't have the same control over my hand that I used to. And so it makes me extremely frustrated because I know what level I used to be able to draw at versus what level I'm at now, which I'm pretty close back to what I was, but it's taken me at this point actually almost a decade to get back to it. And so that's been incredibly frustrating, but I had this great instructor when I was in college, and he taught me to paint the way that I do, which is why and I've always liked painting. Ever since I was a little kid, I've always enjoyed painting. So that's always been my go-to, is I get a lot of enjoyment out of painting. I'm very confident with my painting ability, but I do know how to draw, and I really get enjoyment out of laying things out. So I love doing layouts. So, and especially if I have a story in my mind, I can see it in my head, and I see these important scenes, and I'm just like, oh, I need to make this happen. I need to make this happen. And so I remember it was one of the very few, John doesn't give out compliments, but I think I showed him and Cecil a few years ago my layouts, and John was actually shocked and he said it was good. It wasn't recorded, it was off air, and he's just like, oh, that's actually good. And I was like, I got a compliment from John that never happened. But yeah, I don't know. So I need to get back into it, but I hate writing. I love reading. I can sit there and I can read, comics. I can read books. Like, I do enjoy reading, even though I am dyslexic. I don't enjoy reading out loud, but I do enjoy reading. But I don't like writing. Like, I see these images in my head, and I just need to outline them. So they're way too detailed of thumbnails, and I could just lay out an entire page and then do another one and then do another one. I can pump layouts out like crazy. But then what happens is I went to go add dialogue in, and I hated it. I was like, oh my God, fuck this shit. But it's like, I know I want characters to say certain things at certain times. Like, the best example I can give is like, okay, so you're watching Silence of the Lambs, and you have the shot when she first meets Hannibal Lecter, and he's standing there. Everyone says he says hello, hello, Clarice, but he doesn't. He says good morning. Like, that's the line that he says. But so that moment, though, it's iconic, and so I can see that in my head, and then it's like that will go like with one word, right? Because it's a word bubble. And so that's kind of the way that I think, like my brain works. And so it's like I just want to lay everything out, but then I did that, and then I had to go add dialogue, and I'm just not proficient enough in that to be confident enough to put something out. Also, I keep flip-flopping between like styles that I want to work in. Like the one artist, one of the stories that I was working on that I was talking to the artist with, his style was exactly what I wanted. I'm like, this is perfect. And then he ghosted me. And I'm like, don't you want money? Like, I will pay you. I will pay you, and I like your style, and I want to work with you, and I'll give you a little bit more free reign on some things. But yeah, you just ghosted me, and I was like, well, fuck. Let's see. Senior Coomrat, thank you for the bits. He got scared away. No, he was working on another story, and I said, oh yeah, like when you're finished with that, come over and work for me. And I thought that would be something that somebody would want, because I have a big platform. Obviously, if I'm working with someone, I will promote them. And like, isn't that what you want? Like, you want, like, I don't know. I feel like that would have been a great opportunity for somebody if they want more people to see their artwork. Is like, if I like it enough to where I want to work with you and I'll promote you so you can get more jobs from the promotion from like me, unless you don't want to be associated with me, which in the first place I don't think somebody that didn't want to be associated with me would even talk to me. But yeah, I don't know. I was very disappointed in that. And especially like, oh, I haven't talked to you in a year. Let's do this thing. And I'm like, I wanted to do this actually more than a year. I wanted to do this 2 years ago, but whatever. And then also, like, I'm like, this is actually something that I really care about. And I see all the shit that people are doing to Eric, and I'm like, not only that, like, Ethan, I don't ever really see people complain about John's stuff too much, because John's really good at what he does, so, but I don't know, like, if I had a bunch of fucking, and I already had that with my Vampirella cover, I had a bunch of crazy fucking weirdos harassing me all because they didn't like this one art style, and I'm like, it was a fucking tribute to my sister. It was a tribute to my sister. It was a style that she liked. Have you ever seen me draw in that style? No. They're like, she didn't paint the cover. Why didn't she paint it? Why didn't she paint it? I'm like, I told you why I didn't paint it. I did it in a style. It was a tribute to my sister. I did it in a style that my sister liked. And they decided to torment me over that and the fact that she died. I'm like, go fuck yourselves. Like, so imagine like just me doing something because like this is a passion project of mine. And people make fun of me over this. People make fun of me over the eye project all the time. They're like, oh, go paint eyes. Like, Anna is so weird. She just paints eyes. I'm like, I'm trying to get better. I'm trying to better my skill. What's wrong with that? What is wrong with me trying to improve my skill? And also, I'm like, try to paint an eye the way I do. Try it. It's always people that can't do it, and then they're bitching because I'm trying to better myself. And I'm like, all right, fine, whatever. Who was the artist? I'm not gonna say Slick Rick, but I don't know. There's some people. I hit up more than one person, and there was this one girl. She was so fucking good, and I wanted her to do the art for. If you guys ever remember, I talked about it a little bit. It was a comic like with bugs, and she's such a good artist. I hit her up and I was like, hey, like, would you be interested in doing this? And she said yes until she found out who my friends were. And then she's like, no, don't ever contact me again, because she didn't want to be associated with CG in any way. And I was like, oh, that's a bummer. And I even told her, I was like, oh, okay, like, sorry to hear that. I still really like your work. And she blocked me. And I was like, aw. She doesn't know that I have multiple Instagram accounts, but that sucked. That sucked a lot. She had some great art, and I still like her art, and that sucks that she feels that way she does, but it is what it is. So yeah, that's my life. That's life. Yeah. She probably did you a favor. At the end of the day, yeah, because could you imagine if like we did it and then she became like a thorn in my side or like talk shit about me? Like, didn't Cecil's inker, or not inker, didn't somebody that was working with Cecil talk shit about him? It was because like he was expecting more promotion from Cecil or something. I think I saw something about that. Somebody like leaked DMs or something, which was fucked up. And I think it's because like Cecil told me, he's like, oh, it's because he thought he was gonna get more promotion, but then from Cash Grab, and then like the project got super delayed because Cecil was going through a terrible divorce, which you guys don't even know the half of. That woman was fucking crazy. Like, she would come, we all had to block her. She would come on like to the Jack Show chat, and she would just spam the chat trying to dox Cecil. And I'm like, bitch, you're crazy. Like, I have had to have I've had to have her blocked on everything. Like, she's insane. Like, it was one of those things, I think, where she thought that she was going to get the better end of a divorce. And, she saw how the way Cecil's campaign went, and he's like, you're not getting any of this. And she just made his life a living fucking hell. And then she tried fucking with me, with John. So we all had to, like, keep an eye out for anytime she made a new account or anything. She was fucking crazy. Cecil, like, don't marry a crazy person. But it's Cecil. What do you expect? But yeah, I guess the guy was mad at Cecil about not getting like as much promotion. But Cecil said that they worked it out, which is good. talked to people in a while. All I've been doing is building a shed and listening to audiobooks. That's all I've done. My body is so sore. I have bruises in place I would never expect. Like, I looked at, like, it was like the top of my thigh, and I'm like, why the fuck do I have a big bruise here? And I was like, oh yeah, it's from me installing the fucking door on my new shed. If I were you, I'd scoot up Kanan White and put him to work. High quality and fat. Yeah, he's working with Eric, which I thought was a super secret, because before he was like using this pen name and nobody was allowed to say, oh, this is Kanan's work. And I'm like, but you can see it's Kanan's work. And I explained this, one of my friends, we were at an art museum, and she's like, how do you know whose painting is which? And I was like, it's like somebody's handwriting. Like, once you see somebody's style, it's like you could pick out, like, every single person in the chat, like, if it's your handwriting, you know it's your handwriting. Obviously, that's your handwriting. But it's like, if it's your best friend's handwriting, if it's your boss's handwriting, you can tell the difference between your mom and your dad's handwriting. And so when artists use, like, pen names, I'm like, but well, I guess maybe with art, it's a little hard because somebody could just draw in that style. But I'm just like, how could you not tell that that was him? Was my thing. I'm like, isn't it obvious? But I don't know. I guess he just didn't want anybody to know it was him for a while. And now it's all over the covers of everything. So, spoiler, everybody knew. Or at least I knew. And not everybody that I know knew. So, I don't think it was that shocking. But maybe people didn't know. So, yeah, that was a thing. I didn't want... I mean, I like Kanan's art a lot. I never really talked to him. So, I don't know. I guess that could have been something. But the person that I had talked to, like, I thought that it would have been a perfect fit. I thought that it would have, you know, it was one of those things that I guess I should have known it was too good to be true. But, and I don't know. I really have to, because I need somebody that I know I can work with and doesn't take any... I know this is going to sound really weird, but it's funny because even my photographer, Dylan, like I work with Dylan exclusively when I do my cosplay shoots, and he, like, there's never been any drama with me and Dylan. Like, we work very well together. Like, I understand the way that he works and does things. He understands the way that I work and do things. And I give him like the most, he actually said that he liked it. So I was like, okay, if I'm being too much of a pain in the ass, just tell me. But so whenever, like, we do a shoot, I'm like, okay, you need to add this sparkle here. This highlight needs to be here on, like, the eye and everything. And he's like, it's very detailed notes, so he knows exactly what I want. And he said that, you know, it's different as compared to somebody be like, oh, I just don't like it. You know, I know the way that I want things to look. And so I'm very opinionated in those ways. And I have found, especially with artistic people, it's really hard not to hurt somebody's feelings. Like, people can get butthurt very easily. And I'm like, I'm not trying to hurt your feelings. I just like things done a very specific way. And so when it's coming to something that's like a passion project of mine, I have a way that I want to see it. And if it's not that way, I'm going to keep doing it until I get it right. And even John said I was a little like, he's like, you're too detailed in this. And I'm like, but that's the way that I want it. And so I think, I don't know, I guess for me personally, I'm just like, it's going to be really hard for me to find someone, at least from everyone that I've seen so far. I'm just like, I want to already see what I want. Like, I don't want to have to tell you what I want. I want to work with somebody that's already doing what I want, if that makes sense. And I found an artist that was. And so I was really disappointed in that outcome. I hate when I'm like mixing the colors for the eyes and it's just not coming out the way that I want it. It irritates me. But yeah. I'm gonna do it though, guys. I really need to sit down and get things thought through. And I'm not I'm a less is more kind of person. I don't want to have to read, like, I don't know, like, I think Mr. Beast said it the best. He's like, if it's boring, cut it out. If it's boring, cut it out. But I don't want it to just be like crazy, crazy, crazy all the time. So I really like the way that John Byrne writes. Or excuse me, it's not John Byrne. Okay. I like the way that Man of Steel is laid out. The John Byrne Man of Steel, like the 6 issues, you get the story out. You get everything that you need. And I feel like some people, it's like all of these little details, which is fine if you're doing a serial. So that's why when you do like a TV show, there's more information because you have more time, which I guess a comic is kind of like, but at the same time, you still have to have an episode. So this is a filler episode. This is a plot episode. And the way that I think it's more in like movie and novel format. So I don't know. I don't know if I'm even explaining this. Excuse me. If I'm explaining this right or the best that I can. But like, so there are those moments, but I feel like everything that I have, I want it to be, I don't know, like punched up to the next level. I'm not explaining this right at all because it's like in my head and I have a very hard time expressing that, I guess. I'm not the most, like I said earlier, I'm not the most articulate person. It feels like a lot of CG artists are kind of done with taking requests. They want to do their own thing too heavily. I think everybody wants to do their own thing too heavily. Well, not too heavily, I should say, but everybody wants to do their own thing. And there's nothing wrong with that. There's absolutely nothing wrong with wanting to do your own thing. If you got the time, the money, the passion, fucking do it. Do your own thing. And I think that's what I'm doing. I'm doing my own thing. I'm getting my eyes painted. Once my eyes are painted, I'm going to do a book. And once the book's made, I want to go tour. I want to go meet everyone. I'll go around. You guys can all come and say hi to me and see my paintings. And hang out at a con. That's my plan. Oh yeah, I'm doing the eye color. Sorry, I like totally got like zoned out there. Steve, your comment just reminded me of Elton John, your song. Whenever I hear that song in my head, though, I hear it from Moulin Rouge version. So I really tried to like get on a regular sleep schedule, and I got melatonin because I thought that would help me. Flash recommended it to me, and that should not work. I could not fall asleep last night. I'm like, ah. And Peaches was like, try cutting caffeine out of your life. And I was like, I don't like it when you talk to me like this. And he started laughing at me. And I was like, I had caffeine in hours before bed. Like, my mind just, I lay down and my mind doesn't shut off. It's annoying. Okay. I think that's all I need for this one. You know what, maybe one more like round of like the pinks. There we go. Ironically, that was the exact color I needed. There we go. Ow. Cool beans. Let's get an eye canvas. Just randomly got like an itch on my foot. That's annoying. Okay. Let me adjust the camera. till a start. Has my mic been okay? Time naps has started. Time to sketch out my little eye. This person's got some intense eyelashes. It's not fair. Okay. Sketch is done. sorry, when I get in the zone, I become significantly less talkative, so sorry if that bothers anyone. I haven't painted in so long, it feels like. Hopefully you guys are having fun in the chat. Mike's okay, but even better when you talk into it. I'm sorry. I'm painting. My head is turned whatever way my paint brush is. I feel like I should talk about something, but I don't know what to talk about. Kind of just blew all my steam from the beginning of this stream. Okie dokie. Do I like corn dogs? Yes, I do like corn dogs. I like hot dogs better, but I do like corn dogs. I usually peel off the corn part and give it to Tulip if I get a corn dog. It's weird. I like the way that it's like baked in like the cornbread, but I don't like actually eating the cornbread, if that makes sense. I know I'm weird. is it that I get to like a certain point of this and then I get sleepy? I was talking about how I was having a problem falling asleep, and now I'm like, fuck, I got sleepy. I think it's because I'm not talking. And I just get in the zone, and because I'm not listening to like a book or anything, I get all sleepy. What's going on in the chat? Oh, are you guys getting spammed with ads again? I'm sorry. If I knew how to fix that, I would. Which is weird. When it comes to that shit. They must be hurting this month. I think YouTube does ads now too, don't they? They adopted Twitch's thing. I think I saw somebody say that in one of my streams. They're like, I just got an ad. What the fuck? And I'm like, ah. When you know something's hurting for money. I'm getting tired. This is no bueno, man. Definitely need to start talking about something. All right. Ah! I'm knocking everything over. That's one thing I guess I can talk about. Oh, apparently, like, a bridge caught on fire because of all the hobos. Apparently, here in SoCal, a hobo somehow had, like, a propane tank, and this hobo was living under a bridge, or I guess there's a lot of hobos living under this bridge, and the propane tank blew up, and, like, this bridge exploded. And it's, like, a really major bridge, and it's, like, on a freeway or something. And, nobody in California is talking about it. Like, we only found out because Peaches' dad called, and he's like, are you guys, like, close to that bridge? And Peaches is like, what are you talking about? He's like, the bridge that blew up this weekend. And we're like, what are we what? What bridge? But, yeah. Isn't that crazy? The homeless are blowing up bridges, guys. The I-10. Yep, it was the I-10. That's exactly right. We just heard about it right now. And our governor thinks he's the best guy in the entire world. Probably why I know he's talking about it. Peaches looked it up, and I guess he declared a state of emergency. I was like, I don't know. Maybe fix the fucking homeless problem, man. You're just making it worse. I do hate him. Like, it's a personal thing. I don't know much about my governor's politics, which everyone gives me shit for. So like, you should pay attention. I'm like, no, I don't want to pay attention to politics. I hate politics, but I hate that man. I hate him because he made my grandma cry. Hmm. Okay. Okay. I talked to my dad today, which was exciting. Talking about the wedding, and I've never seen my dad do public speaking, but I told him, I was like, you better give a fucking speech at my wedding. And he's like, I gotta talk, and I was like, yep. And then he's like, why? And I was like, Dad, I'm your daughter. You gotta talk at my wedding.
guys excited for that Rebel Moon movie? I keep seeing it on my timeline, and I'm like, I just don't care. It's Zack Snyder. I hate Zack Snyder movies. I've never been a fan of his stuff. Like, I liked 300, but that's because of all the sexy men. The story, I mean, it's not Zack Snyder's story, so that's why it's decent. But I don't know. Everyone's like, "Ooh, this is what Star Wars should have been." I'm like, "This looks like shit." I don't know. Everyone's all getting on this hype of it. I don't know. It's funny. Peaches had a coworker. I guess the guy moved to Florida a while back, but he had this coworker that like was a nerd. And he's like, "Oh yeah, you would get along with his coworker," and then I guess his coworker went to like some Zack Snyder thing, and he's like, "Oh yeah, my girlfriend like this back before we were engaged." He's like, "Oh yeah, my girlfriend like does YouTube and like talks about that stuff." And the guy was like, "Who? Oh yeah, who's your girlfriend?" And then Peaches told him, he's like, "Oh, it's that Star Wars girl." And the guy, I guess, like did like whole thing like, "That's your girlfriend?" And I guess he hated. I did a Zack Snyder video a few years ago, and I guess he hated it, and it pissed him off. And he's like, "Oh my god." That was funny. Actually, it was funny. We ran into another one of Peaches' coworkers who I guess is like a huge Chris Gore fan. And we were at like one of the movie premieres, and the guy was like, "You know him?" And I was like, "Yeah, we're friends." And I was like, "Babe, do you think I'm cool?" And he just laughed. I was like, "Your friends think I'm cool now?" And he's like, "Yeah, yeah, yeah." It's funny. I have that effect on me. I don't think so. I think people meet me and they find out who I'm friends with and they want to be friends with them. Sort your mic out. Oh, sorry, guys. My head is like tilted because I'm painting. Sorry if you can't hear me. What do you guys think of the painting, though? Do you guys like it? Oh, shit. Am I even recording? Good. So I've never seen, at least I don't remember ever watching like I've only seen the one Karate Kid movie. I haven't seen Karate Kid 2 or Karate Kid 3. Should I watch them? Yeah, I don't even think I knew about them. Like maybe I have. I don't know. Maybe it's one of those things that like I watched on TV, but I don't remember them. And then like I was watching Cobra Kai, and me and Peaches really liked the first like couple seasons of Cobra Kai. Now it's just a bit eh. But I mean, this last season I didn't really like. Well, those first couple seasons were really good. But should I watch the other ones, or will it just ruin it for me? Should I just stay pure with the only one? Not great. Eh, I love the first three movies and rewatch so often. Really? Yeah, I don't know. I've only ever. I'm pretty sure. I mean, maybe it was on like TV or something, but I don't remember. But it was weird because the bad guy in this last season of Cobra Kai, like I knew who he was, but maybe that's because like they showed the flashbacks and it was making me think. I must have seen some of it on TV or something. Like it's hard to like miss stuff like that, but I don't have any memory of like sitting down and watching it. Karate Kid 1 and 2 are the best movies out of the lot. What is Karate Kid 2 even about? It's like a follow up. Part 4. How many fucking Karate Kid movies are there? Sorry, I'm like glancing up at the chat every now and again. I was just thinking. So I'm going to be at LA Comic Con. Chris asked me to do a panel again. But what was I gonna say? Oh yeah, I was thinking about the I actually was looking it up on John's stream. I'm like, I wonder what celebrities are gonna be there. And they have that new show that's based on The Boys. It's called something V, like Gen V. It's all the kids that their parents are giving them the V stuff so they can be superheroes. But I was like, I wonder if the Boys cast are gonna be there. I would love to have Carl Urban sign my Lord of the Rings stuff. But Peaches, because I was like, oh, like I want to. He's like, yeah, he'll be there for The Boys, but you're gonna want him signing Lord of the Rings stuff. And I was like, the Hobbits are gonna be there. Why can't I have him fucking sign my Lord of the Rings shit? And he's like, he was just laughing at me. But then he's like, oh, would you want to get like Homelander's autograph? And I was like, no, he scares me. And then he's like, but he's not the character. I'm like, I can't unsee that guy as Homelander, and Homelander scares me. Like, I don't know. Do you guys have that where it's like, I know you're an actor, I know you're not really this character, but I can't like unsee you from that character? And so I'm like, I never want to meet
the dude that plays Homelander because he terrifies me. He's like the kid that plays Joffrey. I don't think I could ever meet that kid because I'd just be like, I hate you. I don't know. Do you guys think I'm crazy for that? Do you think I'm crazy or do you think I'm reasonable? I think that's pretty reasonable. I'm like, you played a psycho demented bad guy. I'm allowed, and you did it so well that you scare me in real life. Like, I think it's reasonable that you freak me the fuck out. I think that'd be complimentary. I don't want to see him. I'm like, no, you're going to murder me with your eyeballs. Oh, stay away from me. It's like, I know you're a real person with feelings and all that, and you're not like this evil superhero character, but you scare the fuck out of me. Go away from me. I don't want to see you. You know what, but I also think it's because I've never seen him in anything else. Like, if that dude's been in anything else, I've never watched it. So all I've seen that guy in ever is Homelander. So he freaks me the fuck out. Do you think that's reasonable, or do you think that like, I'm just crazy? Like, I'm actually afraid of him. Like, you know how you see, like, little kids and they start crying because they're, like, afraid of, like, a person? Like, that's me. I'm like, I don't want to see you. You're going to kill me with your eyes. Like, it actually freaks me out. Which I think that's complimentary. I'm like, wow, dude, your performance was so good. You scare me in real life. I don't ever want to be around you. And, like, his freaky smile, I'm like, stay the fuck away from me. They should have cast that kid that plays Joffrey as his son. I think that kid quit acting, though, because of Game of Thrones. I saw screenshots of him with dark hair and a goatee. That doesn't matter, man. It doesn't matter. That's his disguise. He'll still kill you with his eyeballs. Burn a fucking hole in your head. He freaks me out. Like, his smile, like his teeth. I'm like, that man's scary. That motherfucker's scary. Like, he actually scares me. I'm like, hell no. That's like an actor in Hollywood. Like, if I saw them, I'd run the opposite direction because I'd actually be freaked out. Like, nope, not today. Not today, Satan. And I get it. It's just a role he's playing, but no, it scared me. Like him and you guys ever watch like the OG James Bond with the dude that played Jaws? Jaws fucking terrified me until Moonraker, when he gets like the girlfriend and it's all sweet, and I was like, oh, that's sweet. Like that kind of humanized him for me, so it made him less scary to me. But he scared me when I was a little kid. I'm like, I don't want to see him. He's scary. Yeah, Peaches was just laughing at me. I was like, I'm scared. He's like, Anna, he's just playing a character. That's not really him. I'm like, I know, but he scares me. He scares me. Like, this is gonna sound pretty crazy, but like the way that Anthony Starr, I think is his name, the way he plays Homelander is like, I don't know, like I just, I feel like that's what the devil would look like, and it freaks me out. Are you a scaredy cat? 100%. I am like the biggest scaredy cat ever. But no, I saw like this meme on. This is the only reason why it made me think of it. I saw this meme on Instagram, and it was like, how come more people aren't talking about how this is like the best performance of like the devil? And it was the guy that played the devil in Constantine. I don't know if you, the one with Keanu Reeves. And I was like, if they remade that, because I think they were talking about remaking Constantine. I'm like, if they remade that movie today, and they had the devil in it, they should cast the guy that plays Homelander. It's the same blonde hair and everything. But yeah, motherfucker freaks me out. Like, I'm just like, you scare me. I'm a grown woman. I shouldn't be scared of other grown humans, but that motherfucker scares the shit out of me. Like, it's like the same level of like Michael Myers. That motherfucker freaks me out. Like him, like Michael Myers, Jason, all of them. That's what that dude reminds me of. He scares the shit out of me. I think it's like my most recent like ridiculous, unreasonable fear. Constantine movie is underrated. Yeah, my mom didn't know it was based off of comics when we watched it. I had to tell that to her. I was little when that movie came out. My mom rented it because she likes Rachel Weisz. We were all kind of on that hype because like she was so good in The Mummy. I remember I was like so bothered in the movie because what's her face, Tilda Swinton, was playing Gabriel. Right? Wasn't she Gabriel? Am I crazy? It's been like, I mean, it's been a long ass time since I watched that movie, but it was bothered me so much because I'm like, Gabriel's a boy. And my mom's like, no, angels are different. And I was like, no, Gabriel is a boy's name. That's a boy. Why is she playing Gabriel? And I was so mad. It bothered me so much. I can't be the only one that bothered. Like, I get it. She's a great actress, and, like, I feel like she was really trendy at that time because what movie was it? Like, Lion Witch in the Wardrobe. Wasn't that around, like, the same era? When did that movie come out? What year was that? Anybody know? I would look it up, but I'm painting a picture. Angels are supposed to be androgynous. It's still a boy. That is a boy's name. Gabriel is still a boy. I don't care what anyone says. I don't care if they're androgynous. Do what they did in Dogma with what's his face, Alan Rickman. Just get rid of their genitals. There you go. If they're androgynous, I shouldn't be able to tell if it's a boy or a girl. Call up David Bowie. Be like, yo, David Bowie, can you put on your Ziggy Stardust gear? Go play an Oh, that would have been so much better. Oh my God, could you imagine if David Bowie would have played Gabriel, starring alongside Keanu? Oh, that would have been so good. Just be like, yeah, David, just do your Ziggy Stardust shit again. Like, dress the makeup, Do your androgynous look. Put the dress on. Ah, it would have been awesome. Guys, imagine that's what they stole from us. They denied us David Bowie as Gabriel. I don't think he would have done it though. He didn't want to play villains. He was supposed to play Hook in the movie with Robin Williams, but he turned it down because he didn't want to be villains all the time. I'm like, David. you guys have a favorite part of the process when I do this? A lot of you guys watch it from like start to finish, so I want to know, is there like something about it that like you enjoy the most? Has anyone learned anything from watching me?
trying to get it out the past few days, and I think it likes it.
I'm just like, this fucking lizard. I hear it like swarming around. Oh my god. It's close to me. It's because I moved the heater towards me. Fucking lizard. So if I like jump up and scream, that's why. When I came into here earlier, it was on my freaking computer screen. I was like, fuck off my computer, you stupid lizard. I would put my cats in here to catch it, but even those motherfuckers don't want to catch it. They're so lazy. This mofo's got some perfect eyelashes, and I'm jealous. Just gonna put that out there. Oh my goodness. It's coming along, guys. It's coming. Sorry, I'm not talking. Like, when I get into this phase, I just, like, zone out and just do. Malin will be jealous. Heck, I'm fucking jealous. This guy's got, like, perfect eyebrows and perfect eyelashes. It's not fair. should do this. What do you guys think? You guys like it? There we go. Try and take a. Gotta make a reel for this. So. Alrighty, cool. There you guys go. Now you guys can see it better. I'm gonna roll over. Okie dokie. Now I get to put this up on the Instagrams. Everybody hanging in there? Everybody having fun? Oh. Pull up my Instagram. There we go. This is from last week. Put that up so you guys can watch it. Okay. I'm so sleepy. uh, Thanks everyone who stuck around this entire time. I appreciate it. Okay. Let me switch it up a bit for you guys. Sorry, I've been like editing this little reel so I can almost done then once I posted it. Oh my god, I can't even talk. I'm so tired. Okay, give me a second, guys. I'm sorry. Okay. This thing will be up in a moment. I just got to find audio for it. And then you guys can watch the whole process. Ah, nothing's loading. Damn it. I'll keep going through so you guys don't have to watch the same thing too many times. Okay, there we go. Oh, I'm so sleepy. Oh my god. Does this take any longer? Oh my god, this is ridiculous. None of this audio will load. I hate this. It's like sometimes it'll work perfectly, other times it just doesn't work at all. Come on, you were just working fine, man. It's so annoying.
I posted this thing on Twitter and it's pretty blown up. It's like, how do you like write an X? Everyone's saying, everyone's laughing about it. Mm-hmm. Mm. No internet connection, my ass. Come on. I'm so annoyed. Oh, flying a plane. There we go. All right, I found audio. Now all I got to do is get a picture for the cover. Mm-hmm. Somebody yelled at me for like being in my own videos. Like, you're just in this because you're a girl. I'm like, the fuck? Whatever.
I'd say get in the videos more, keep the mom jeans out. I'm sorry, that's what they have. It is really frustrating. I like the low rise jeans. So those that I'm wearing in this video are shorts. They're low rise. I wish all my pants could be like that. Mm. Gotta see what. Who was it that volunteered? What is this person's name? I'll write a better caption once I have more energy. Okay. It's posting, everyone. Give it a minute. But yeah, if you guys don't know, I have this Instagram account where I post my arts. You guys aren't following me, go over onto my art Instagram and give me a follow. Oh, cool. It uploaded. Let's do a little refresh on here. Hey, look at that. Everything in the stream down into like 20 seconds. So you guys can hear the audio on it. I'll refresh it in a minute. Go smash the like button on this.
Every night. On the hardest nights in your life, in the most difficult moments, your number one job in the world is to take care of yourself, to look after yourself. No one is going to be responsible for that job to nearly the extent that you are in your lifetime. You are the only person who has always been there for you. You're the only person who has woken up with you every morning of your life and gone to bed with you every night. On the hardest nights in your life, in the most difficult moments, your number one job in the world is to take care of yourself, to look after yourself. No one is.
There it is, guys. The past 3 hours down to 26 seconds. Hope you guys like it. You have a fixation on cheesy old men talking over a slow piano. No, I'm trying to get audio that's not copywritten, and I follow these like motivational accounts. And I don't think that guy's old. I think that guy's in his 30s, but oh, that's I think it's like nice to have like motivation while you paint. I like listening to that self-help stuff. Getting closer to 200. I know this was 114. Isn't that crazy? It's fucking crazy, man. All right. Well, guys, I am tired. I'm going to go to sleep. I'm going to go pass out. Go see my Peaches. He was probably sleeping like a little angel. He's probably being so cute and sleeping. But yeah, guys, thank you so much for watching and hanging out. I appreciate all of you guys. I hope you guys get some sleep too, or have a great day, depending on what part of the world you guys are in. I don't know when's the next painting stream, but I need to make some time. I'll make some time. Next video, it probably won't be out tomorrow. I have some editing. I still need to film like the end, but it's going to be my review for the Marvels. But everyone, thanks so much for hanging out. New video coming out on my channel very soon. And yeah, guys, thanks for always hanging out in the chat. Thanks for being here when I'm doing the streams. I know these aren't the most exciting streams, but I will eventually get around to doing like exciting live streams on my channel. Jack's show this week is on Cecil's channel. What day of the week is it? I don't even know. Oh, I got invited to Fuck It Fridays on Legal Vice's channel. So, yeah, I will see you guys all later. Thank you again. Go, if you guys are on Instagram, go give this a like. Go give this a comment. Share it because it really helps. And, yeah, until next time, guys. Oh, Do you want me to raid someone? Guys. Oh, do you want me to raid someone? Guys. Let me see. Is there somebody I can raid? Let's see if I can raid someone. Nope, nobody I follow is streaming. Anyways, all right. I gotta go. I gotta go to bed. Have a good night, everyone.